Looks like it's going to be a little skinnier. We're going to bring it down. And then, actually, I'm going to delete this one. And I'm just going to rename this 124. We're going to bring this down right here because I want that to be the same. And I'm just going to bring it down. Actually, put another one right there. Copy, paste. Number 5. And bring it down. Okay, so let me explain a little bit what I did with to get that little bit of an edge right there. And actually, let me turn these off so I can see which ones. That's fine. Okay. So what I did to make this little bit of a harder edge is I just created a second one and I put it right on the other side. So what's happening is that the weight is actually going to be on there double, and I can actually bring it down just a little bit, make it a little bit more realistic, less of having overlapping vertices or anything like that. So it's going to give me that lip. And then what I did is I just took this one and I copied it and I made it the same size and I just brought it down. So now look at this. I'm like, okay, well, this my object right here, face is actually, the vertices are actually acting up from where I want them to be, and I don't have to worry too much about go. And I think this vertex right here needs to be moved. Alright, this one, there we go. Okay, so now I don't have any weird, oh, there might be some weird edges, but we'll just double check underneath here, make sure everything is underneath. Like we can actually bring this out a little bit. Bring this out a little bit. Bring this one out a little bit. That out. That out. That out. That should fix any problems I had with the lines kind of showing through. All right. And I can actually, if I'm like, oh, well, that's not super flush or whatever, I can take this and just bring it down ever so slightly. Alrighty. And probably what I'll do is I will actually get real close where I want. I'm just going to change the position. Actually, that's the wrong way we want to go. And we want to go, oh, let's see. Let's try 0.5. Let's try 0.7. Nope. Do 0.3. 0.2. Alright, so now it's just very close to being off the the edge just ever so slightly. So take a render of that. Bam. If I want it to be nice and smooth, of course, what we're going to do, take the sub D, bam. And it's nice and smooth. There you go. Okay, so go ahead and we need to bottom hole. And then we can do bottom hole HD. Bam. And we're going to actually make this a child of the camera body itself. We can actually probably make these two objects a child of the camera body itself also. And how it's going to work. Alright. So I have a nice little hole in there. That looks nice. Maybe when I get to the texturing, I'm like, okay, and I'm not getting the actual look how I want, I might at that point in time work on actually making this dip down a little bit too, but we are not there. So I try to think of maybe if it's better to model it or see if we can get away with some textures or whatnot. And I think I can get away with making some textures with that. But we will see tomorrow, and if that's not the case, we'll just go ahead and model it again. So or continue to model that particular spot. All right, that's fine. The screws are going to be coming. Now we're going to start at the top, and let me pull up some pictures of the top. So we have preview. So I'm going to work on this particular object right here. I think I have a top view of it down. Top. And preview. So I also have this view right here, and I'm actually going to use this view for it just because it is actually pretty decent on getting the actual shape of it correct. And I'm not going to worry too much about lining up the actual size for it because I can see that it is, if I get this shape itself set up, then I can eyeball the actual shape onto the object that I have already. But what I am going to do is, of course, I'm going to open this up in Photoshop, and I'm going to edit the canvas size relative, not relative, we're going to change this to pixels, and we're going to make this 1024 by 1024. There we go. Proceed. Bam. I wonder, hopefully it didn't crop out. Alright, it did crop out a little bit. So we're going to turn on my history. And I'm going to go back. And we're going to... There we go. There we go. Layer, and see if I can actually change the canvas size. Pixels 1024, 1024. Proceed. Turn this on. So now what I did, just so that I didn't destroy the actual layer itself, I made it editable. Just double click it on the background image, and then just I hid it. It probably didn't matter if I hid it or not, but hit it, and that way this is its own layer, so it can actually the canvas size is not going to affect it because it's not the background anymore. But it is now a 1024, so I can go ahead and file, save as, and we're going to save this. I'm going to save this into my, I have a G drive here set up so that it automatically links and updates it, and we're going to name this. We'll just keep it as a Photoshop file, it's fine. And we're going to name this top. Save. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead, close this down. And we are going to now create another reference image. And we'll just take this, we'll take the texture, load image. Actually, cancel because I already have that label somewhere else. Alright, you can make another one. Texture, load image, top, open. Yes. Then we are going to copy and paste. Going to rotate it down 90 degrees, is fine. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and actually didn't have to rotate it 90 degrees. I could have left it up and then rotated the actual object after I was done modeling it. But I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this on top of it and to rotate it. Actually, alright, there we go. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Alrighty. And then we're going to turn this camera off. And we're going to turn off this front view. This is actually going to be called top view. Go ahead and name this one basic. And go to top. There we go. And we're going to look at the, change the camera to top view. All right, we're actually going to maybe see if we can get this. Yeah, no, never mind. We'll just go ahead and work with what we got. Okay, so this is kind of off a little bit. And so I'm going to try to just really eyeballing this right now. And I'm just going to try to make that as straight as possible. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hold this down. I'm going to see what we got. I'm going to go with the player map. And I'm going to make sure that I have this, that, there we go. Throw the shader on there. We're going to go ahead and I think that, okay, so what I'm going to think is I need at least two isotherms, those are right here. And then, okay, I can actually use what I have right off the bat, and which is awesome. I'm gonna make that. Oh crap! All right, so I want 1, 2, 3. I believe this needs 3 isotherms, and then 3 on this one. If I make it editable, no. I needed 4, so 4, 4. Okay, so editable. Now what I can do